Aloha everyone, thank you so much for making it on your mat today for this yin yoga class. We're here at this beautiful beach and we're going to take the opportunity just to take it all in and to feel ourselves in this moment right now. So just come onto your mat and find a comfortable seat and just make sure you have blocks and your belt with you, because we will be using that in our yin practice. So come into your comfortable seat and drop into yourself for a moment, feeling your sit bones starting to root down into your mat. And maybe close your eyes here. Maybe taking in the sound of the waves. Gently allowing your hands to rest on your thighs. And allow yourself a time and space to breathe in and breathe out. Notice the quality of your breath and how you've been doing today in your day with your breathing. Start tapping into where you're breathing in your body. And maybe you want to start your ujjayi breathing here, where you're creating an oceanic breath at the back of the throat. Maybe you can match your breath with the waves that are here with us. You can take the time to rest your right hand on your lower belly and your left hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in to the belly. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're deeply breathing, send the breath up into the chest. So inhale through the belly, sending the breath all the way up into the chest, filling up your lungs, opening up the sternum towards the sky, lengthening the spine. Exhale it out. Keeping a lengthening of the spine here. Allow the knees to just fall down, open towards the mat. And release your hands back on your thighs. Roll the shoulders back and down, making nice big circles with your shoulders. And then switch directions. And then come onto your hands and your knees. And then tuck the toes. And then send your hips back into your heels. Here you can have a block in front of you just to help ease yourself into your toe stretch. And And just breathe into the toes here. Option to extend yourself up directly above your hips, having your bum on your heels. Inhale your arms overhead. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up towards the sky. Really reach them high. Deep breaths. Exhale, flip the palms back. Send your arms forward, parallel to the mat, rounding your back, tucking the chin in. Do that again. Flip the palms back up. Send your arms overhead, reach them high. Lengthening the spine, sending the belly towards the spine here, the belly button towards the spine. Flip the palms back, send the arms forward, round your back. Release your arms by your sides. And notice if you're sending the chin forward, tuck the chin back in, lengthening the back of the neck, sending the crown of the head towards the sky. Bring your arms behind your back, your lower back, interlace the fingers, reach the top of the hands down towards the mat as you open up the sternum, open up the pectoral muscles and shoulders. Deep breath here. Send the shoulders away from the ears. Option here to come back on the block if you find that your toes are feeling it too intensely. Right now, there is no real goal. The goal is to just feel yourself in your body. And if you need a break or you need to just take a step back from what you're doing, then listen to that in this moment right now. We're trying to hone in ourselves into the feeling, the sensations of our bodies right now. And then when you're ready, release your hands back on the mat, untuck the toes, and tap, tap, tap the top of the feet on the mat. Open your knees mat width apart, big toes to touch. Send your hips back into your heels. And we'll come into child's pose. So extend your arms forward. And you can have your forearms on the mat and stay here. You can also have a block or something supporting your chest. You can have a bolster. And you can just extend your arms forward that way. You can also have hands on blocks like this. Or simply just come into your child's pose here. Deep breath into the belly. Exhale, release the chest closer to the earth. Focus inwards, noticing if you have any thoughts or feelings that are moving through you, and fully embrace everything you're going through in the moment. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to try to control or stifle. Allow yourself to fully be you on your mat with no intentions, no expectations, and no self-judgments. Become familiar with your inner silence, your stillness. We're often so rushed in our days and so much is going on right now. Maybe find comfort in your stillness. On your next inhale, pull yourself back up. Slowly lower yourself onto your belly. And just notice how you feel in the moment, laying your belly on your mat, feeling your forehead land on the top of your stacked hands. And then when you're ready, bend the right knee to a 90-degree angle. Take your right hand, grab your right ankle, and just slightly tug in the foot towards your glute while keeping the front of your hips, your hip bones glued to the mat. You can look sideways if that's comfortable for you. Five more breaths here. And gently release that leg down, bringing your right hand on the mat. Bend the left leg, grabbing your ankle with the left hand, and slightly tug the foot towards your hip, towards your sit bone. Take a deep breath. Exhale, pressing the top of the hip into the mat. Feel the quad lengthening. Feel the front of that leg opening up. You can always use a belt. If it's too intense on your knee, you can always take a belt and wrap it around your foot and then hold the belt. And that can ease your way into this posture. Five more breaths. And then release that leg back slowly down on the mat. And then prop yourself up onto your forearms for Sphinx. You're going to open up the lower back. And this flexing of the lower back is going to give us a nice, deep feeling of counter stretch from the usual sitting that we do. But we also get a nice opening in the front line of the body. So bring your forearms on the mat. You can place a block nearby to rest your forehead if that feels good. Making sure your elbows are below your shoulders. And look directly forward. Send the sternum forward. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe closing your eyes here, feeling yourself in the Sphinx, feeling the chest opening, and maybe clawing your mat to send yourself forward a little bit before relaxing, before releasing into your Sphinx. Allow everything to melt, to just drop into your body here. Notice how it feels in your lower back. Option here to widen your hands about mat width apart, open your fingers wide, and then press yourself up even deeper into a seal pose to get a deeper opening here. You can bring your hands closer to get a deeper opening or further away from you to lengthen the spine out a little bit. Keep the hips glued to the mat. And then when you're ready, slowly lower down, gently on your forearms, release the block, and just rest your forehead onto your hands for about a few breaths here. You can bend the knees and sway your legs side to side in a windshield wiping movement, even rotating your ankles if that feels good. And then come back to stillness. Hands underneath shoulders. Gently press yourself up into a tabletop. Bring your knees underneath your hips. And then just send your hips back for a child's pose. And then lowering your forehead onto the mat, extending your arms forward. Take a deep breath into the lower back. Exhale it out. And then send yourself up and come onto your sit bones. We're going to come into shoelace pose. So bring your right leg onto the mat. Your knee is pointed forward. And then stack your other knee on top of the right. If full shoelace is not accessible to you, you can do half shoelace pose by extending the right leg out and keeping the other leg stacked above the right. I'm going to come back into full shoelace pose. And here you want to try and keep both hip bones glued down into the mat. Option here to have your hands by your hips. And just breathe here. Keeping your eyes closed, taking a deep breath and taking all of this pose in, trying to bring your feet away from the hips, flexing the toes. You can also walk yourself forward when you're ready. We're here for a couple of minutes. Allow yourself to inhale, breathing everything in, the earth, the ocean, your space. Relaxing in-breath. Exhale, release the weight down into the mat. Releasing the tension in your hips. Feeling all of your body in this moment. Use your breath to move through the challenging moments with your body. And try and relax the lower legs, leading into the knees, as well as the thighs, leading into the hips. And when you're ready, you'll slowly come out of that, bringing your hands behind your hips, bringing the soles of the feet on the mat, and just windshield wipe your leg side to side. Just like this, feeling really good in your body. And then we'll switch sides. And when you're ready, slowly come back up. Release your hands behind your hips. Bring your feet onto the mat and just slowly windshield wipe your legs side to side once again. And then we'll come to stillness and we'll lower down on our backs. And then gently just closing your eyes, feeling the soles of the feet grounded on the mat. Maybe resting your hands on your lower belly. Take a deep breath in and a nice breath out. And then take your block, slowly lift your hips off of the mat, slide the block underneath the sacrum, and we'll come into supported bridge. So you can stay just like this or extend your legs out in front of you, just like this, or you can bring the soles of the feet together into Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, whatever it is that feels good to you right now. Option to bring the arms overhead, creating a nice lengthening of the side body. When you inhale, fully fill up all of the pelvis and your lower belly. As you exhale, release your weight down into the block. Allow your mind to settle without any goal to check in with the past or the future, but just to be present right now with yourself on your mat. Finding a moment of bliss, and ease. Another option here is to draw the right knee into the chest as you extend the left leg. And just allow a deep opening of the left psoas. And relax your jaw. Relax your eyebrows and your forehead. And slowly draw the knee in a little deeper if this is where you're at in this pose. As you exhale, keeping both shoulders down on your mat. And then switch directions, switch sides if that's what you're doing with your body. Inhale deeply into the right side and your psoas. Lengthen that right leg and then exhale, draw the left knee in deeper. Relax the neck, relax the chest and the face. When you're ready, just allow yourself to set yourself up for a comfortable seat, and I'll meet you in your seated posture. finding yourself grounded in your seat. You can take the time to rest your right hand on your lower belly and your left hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in to the belly. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Mahalo nui loa for joining me. Namaste.